You can't deal with the threat to human life unless you know it's there, and that means detection is one of the most important parts of any health professional's work. But here in East Africa, many of the most sophisticated diagnostic tools, from genetic testing to nuclear imaging, are simply too expensive. I'm Dr. Javed Abdelmunem in Tanzania, where scientists are busy turning local pests into a crack team of disease detectives. Africa's giant pouched rats have an exceptional sense of smell and a docile nature, which Ngusi Beene and his colleagues at the charity Opopo are harnessing to save lives. Look at these rats. They're huge. They even have names. So who's this?
This is Mojo.
He's got a huge rat called Mojo in his arms. OK, and this is a specially trained rat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trained to do what?
Detecting landmines.
Detecting landmines. Every morning, the rats are taken to nearby training fields to practice sniffing out the explosive agent TNT in deactivated landmines. OK, are we actually in a minefield now?
Yeah.
OK, OK, right. Wars have left many African countries littered with millions of landmines and unexploded bombs. Clearing them is notoriously dangerous, slow, and expensive. But Opopo's hero rats work 10 times faster than humans alone, are too light to set off the mines, and will work for peanuts, or in this case, bananas. In training, the rats scratch the ground where they think they smell a mine. If they're right, the handler makes a clicking sound, signalling that the rat can collect its reward. Since 2008, the rats trained here have cleared over 900 football fields worth of heavily mined land in neighbouring Mozambique.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have another frontier which is making significant impact in the lives of people. I'm going to show you that in the office.
As they've done so well at sniffing out mines, the rats' exceptional noses are now being put to work on one of Africa's deadliest diseases. Hello. And what's this one called?
Vidic.
As in the footballer?
Yeah, football.
Are you going to send him into the landmine field?
No, this rat is trained for another purpose, detecting tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis is an infectious disease caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It kills around 1.4 million people every year and is transmitted in airborne droplets inhaled into the lungs where the bacteria multiply. Symptoms include chest pain, fever, and coughing up blood. Without treatment, up to 2/3 of sufferers will die.
But in countries like Tanzania, basic microscope techniques fail to detect over 40% of TB cases, and every untreated person can infect up to 15 others per year. So, just like the landmines, you're going to train these rats to smell TB?
In history, Hippocrates used smelling to detect some disease, so it's not something new.
Every week, sputum samples from 17 TB centres are sterilised for safety, then screened at Opopo's lab, which is the first in the world to use rats to diagnose disease. So these are real, actual tuberculosis sputum samples from local hospitals?
Yeah, these are sputum samples collected from suspected TB patients.
All the samples have already been tested in hospital, but outdated methods mean many TB cases are missed. Those that have been confirmed are left in to test the rat's accuracy, but only one technician in the room knows which is which.
For all birds, he knows the position of the positives.
But the two handlers...
These two, they don't know the position.
And the rat doesn't know either.
The rat doesn't know.
So that's what we call a proper double-blind test.
Now the rat is ready to sniff.
The technicians want to see whether the rats scratch over the confirmed cases and if they suspect any others. 7
suspects.
8
positive.
So it indicated on the known positive and click followed by food.
Followed by food.
Yeah. And number 7, the rat indicated, but it was not positive from the TB center, so he said suspect.
So we don't yet know that it could be positive, but the rat thinks it is.
Now 10 samples are already
just
finished.
Like that?
Yeah.
Wow. How long would that have taken a microscopist?
Well, WHO says a single technician can do 25 samples a day.
A day?
Yes.
25 samples a day, and this rat did 10 in...
10 samples in a minute.
That's 10-fold, 50-fold, I can't even do the maths. That's very much faster.
Yes.
And why is it so important to do it so much faster?
You have 5,000 inmates in a prison, and you want to check whether each prisoner has TB or not. If you want to check this with microscope, it takes the whole year.
Yeah.
But with the rat, for example, you can do it in just a few weeks.
The rats currently screen around 800 samples a week, and news of their work is spreading.
So I'm going to introduce you to Janet. Janet is a former TB patient.
Jambo, hello, how are you?
Niliumwa, alafu nikahangaika sana hospitali nyingi. Sikugundulika kama nina ugonjwa wa kifua. Basi nilivyosikia kwenye vyombo vya habari kuna popo, nikabidi niende, nikapima pale makozi, nikagundulika na kifua. Nikatibiwa, nikapona mpaka leo mzima.
Every week, the rats flag up dozens of samples missed by hospitals, which are then retested using Apopo's up-to-date methods.
So Emmanuel prepared these smears from the sputum samples that were indicated by the rats.
Yeah.
That means the suspects. So he's going to stain these smears.
So that sort of counter-staining acidification process makes sure that only the bacterium itself picks up the color, and everything else in the background will fade and decolor, so that when you look at it under a microscope, it's very obvious.
So here is the microscope hero.
Hello. So yeah, we turn the light off, so we're in the dark because this is a fluorescent dye, and so the bacterium actually glow in the dark. So can I have a look?
Yeah, please.
Can I have a look? Right. Yeah, there's a lot. I wouldn't even have to count. That took me a split second to see that there's at least 200, 300 bacterium in that field. So that's really nice to see. The rats have got it right. You know, our rats, I think Astrid, she actually got a suspect case there that is actually positive, and that would have been missed with the ordinary diagnostic tools that we had in the community. So that's brilliant.
More than 2,600 patients were missed by the TB clinics, but found by the rats and confirmed here.
Since 2008, the rats have improved TB detection rates by 30%. And with 45 new clinics due to join the program next year, these extraordinary rodents are set to save thousands more lives.
Itakuwa ni kama ukumbusho, kwa sababu alinisaidia nikapona.